from the Atlantic. So a little bit of everything, but finally I think a quieter, well-received spell on its way.
Thanks very much. And finally, Grant Ragsdale writes from Leeds with an unusual request. He rides a bike through the city's streets, but it's no ordinary bike. It's a Chinese electric one. So much easier for getting up the hills, he tells us, I'm sure. Anyway, this Chinese electric bike has a basket on the front, and Grant says he thought it would be a good idea to have a pot plant in the otherwise unused basket. I kid you not, that's what he says. The pot should be plastic to keep the weight down, and the plant must not grow too high, otherwise it'll obscure the headlight. Maximum speed is 15 miles an hour, so wind tolerance could be important too. So, team, suggestions, please, for suitable plants for an electric bike. And the first one to say, a currant buys the drinks. Maybe a tomato, actually. He could pick and eat as he went along, couldn't he? Keep his strength up.
Oh.
Anne, what do you think?
Well, I don't know why, but I just imagined him with a shrimp plant. Bellaperoni.
It's the Chinese element, isn't it?
It is. I don't know why.
So he gets seen in the dark. He should have a Chinese lantern.
Oh.
Come on, Pippa.
Well, I was just very boring, really. I was going to suggest seasonal changes because I think it would be really rather fun to treat it like a sort of patio planter and put different bedding plants and so forth in it.
Lovely idea. What's he do in the winter?
Well, in the winter, though, you can plant up lovely winter flowering containers with winter heathers, maybe some winter flowering pansies.
Yeah. Or just walk.
No, don't be boring.
That's going to be the next tourist attraction in Leeds, isn't it? The
It's
pot
gonna
plant
catch
on
on.
the Chinese bike.
Right.
Yeah, it could be the start of something, you're right. Well, I think it's almost time to leave now the warmth of the potting shed and brave the February weather, unfortunately. But before we go, just time to tell you that next week we'll be in Exeter as the guests of the Topsham Allotments and Gardens Society. We'll have news of some important trials we'll be conducting at our gardens at Sparshott College in Hampshire and at RHS Harlow Carr in Harrogate. And Pippa Greenwood mounts the Gardener's Question Time soapbox to admonish the whingers who complain about the price of plants. But until then, from me, Peter Gibbs and all the team, goodbye.
Gardener's Question Time was produced by Trevor Taylor and the assistant producer was Jo King. If you have a question for the team, then you can email gqt@bbc.co.uk. The postal address is Gardener's Question Time, PO Box 100, Chipping Norton, Oxfordshire OX7 9AY. That's PO Box 100, Chipping Norton, Oxfordshire OX7 9AY. And Gardener's Question